I'm a depressed Yankee fan, and you're a depressed Yankee fan. Hello and welcome to the YanksPod, a New York Yankees podcast presented by Yankees Wheels here on the New York Sports Show. Go check them out, link in the description down below. Folks, the New York Yankees went up against the Chicago White Sox last night for the legendary and historic Field of Dreams game in Iowa. And you know what? Yankees took losing to a whole different state. Literally. They were losing the whole time thanks to Andrew Heaney and his home run ball. If Andrew Heaney throws, they will home run. That's exactly what they did. 3 home runs on the night against this guy. But you know what? What do you expect? But so far, as a New York Yankee, Andrew Heaney through 15 innings has allowed 15 hits and 8, count them, 8 home runs. How bad can you be? But you know what? We're getting exactly what we paid for. This guy is doing nothing different. Overall, though, he is in the midst of what is a poor career season when you look at his numbers. But overall, though, on his career, he's a 4.42 ERA pitcher. He never did anything special, and he always gave up a lot of home runs. 109 given up in his career so far. That spans a total of 112 games. That's almost a home run every single game. It's honestly crazy, and in fact, I think it's just downright embarrassing that Brian Cashman went for this guy. But you know what? At the end, the loss does not fully fall on him. Yankees ended up taking the lead. You had Brett Gardner hit into the cornfield. Aaron Judge, bada bing, bada boom, 2 home runs. And Giancarlo Stanton, go-ahead home run, giving the Yankees the lead in the top of the 9th. Zach Britton comes in. He says, Andrew Heaney, hold my bear. I'm gonna blow this game. And you know what? That's exactly what he did. He blew this game poorly and bigly. Home run, bada bing, bada boom. Yankees lose 9-8. I'm done. I'm honestly done with the Yankees. You know, how bad can you be at this point? So, overall, with that said, Yankees are now 63-52. That's a 548 winning percentage, and they could catch up so much on the Boston Red Sox. Luckily, they lost the last game too. Overall, Red Sox second place in the AL East, Yankees third place. Red Sox with a 66-51 win-loss record. Tampa Bay Rays are flying away with the American League East Division lead, but you got to look at the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays are a very dangerous team. I cannot stress that enough. 62-52 with 7 games back. The New York Yankees, Toronto Blue Jays, 7.5 games back from the Tampa Bay Rays. So they're only a half of a game behind us, folks. And when you look at the wild card standings, it's held by the Oakland A's and the Boston Red Sox. We're wide out. We're looking 2 games out. And then the Toronto Blue Jays are 2.5 games out. So even for that, they're just a half of a game back. They are creeping up. They have a healthy team. They have solid hitting. They 100% have great pitching. And they are right behind us. And I cannot stress that enough. If it's not the New York Yankees making the wild card, no matter what, at least one American League team will. Let me go there first. Oakland A's will be pushed out of the wild card spots. Either they're going to be Boston and Toronto or Boston and New York. I really cannot see Boston falling out of this spot, and I also cannot see them catching up to Tampa Bay, to be fully honest with you. So, if the Yankees are going to get in, it's going to be in a wild card spot, but they gotta hold off Toronto, and they gotta finish up this series against the White Sox, and they gotta win this series against the White Sox. Right now, they're down. If the White Sox win the next game, it's only a 3-game set. They win that series. The Yankees need to win 2 straight games. I know, it's so hard. The fact that they just got over 100 games not that long ago is honestly just frustrating at that point. The thug you just heard of my arm hitting the table just really sums up the 2021 New York Yankees. It's just a giant thud. That's exactly what the Yankees are. Every other day, you have the Yankees going on the COVID list, and then you have a guy going on the injured list. It's really unbelievable at this point. You know, I honestly do think sometimes the Yankees could care less about winning, and they just want to do a competition to see who goes on the COVID list the most, to be fully honest. I mean, they've had guys on the COVID list, 2-3 times so far this season. But because of that, one player has been able to step up big time. Tyler Wade, having a career season so far. I cannot stress that enough. with a beautiful 273 batting average. Now, this is a guy who was batting below 200 not that long ago. He's batting above 500 in his last 10 games. And overall, he does not have that many plate appearances. Only 99 PAs through 71 games. Tyler Wade is turning into the player that the New York Yankees wanted him to be finally. And it's all because of this next man up. Now, this is a career 71 games for him. Besides that, his career most games was just 52, and that was last year with 105 plate appearances. Now, the biggest thing from that, and with Tyler Wade's whole career, is he never got a lot of batting opportunities. He was in a lot of games overall in his career, but that's mainly in the 8th and 9th as a pitch runner because he's so fast. Besides that, he never got an opportunity to bat. When he did, it would maybe be just once per game, and if you go 0-1 or 1-2 or 1-3 or 0-2, you know, and you only have, like, let's say 50 at-bats on the season, you're not going to have a good batting average. I guarantee you, if Tyler Wade started at least half or more of the games for the New York Yankees, he would have a batting average around 270 to 280, and that's about what he has now, a 273 batting average, splits 273, 347, and 341. It's amazing how well he's doing, but at the same time, I'm not shocked, because he was always a good player. Tyler Wade, I feel like, is extremely underrated, and I cannot stress that enough. I like Tyler Wade personally, but another guy you gotta look at is Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner, overall, he's having a career war season still, but he's also turning it around. I think the New York Yankees should extend Brett Gardner, to be fully honest with you. I would, personally. Overall, a 211 batting average with 211, 326, and 320 splits. That is through 97 games and 312 plate appearances. But this guy has been coming around. He hit a monstrous home run in the Field of Dreams game last night. Overall, though, he only has 54 hits on the season. But what the Yankees need is a veteran presence with a lot of playoff experience, and that guy right there is Brett Gardner, and I cannot stress that enough. I mean, he's the last guy left from the 09 Yankees. Overall, Brett Gardner's career has never amounted to much. I really don't get Yankee fans. You know, I've been a diehard fan since 2008, 2009, ever since I was 4 years old. Not once did I ever think, oh, you know, Brett Gardner's batting 250, let's release him, let's DFA him. It makes no sense. Brett Gardner is a veteran. He provides a totally different just presence in the Yankees clubhouse by him being there, in a good way, of course. Brett Gardner should play on the New York Yankees as long as he wants, to be fully honest with you. Is he taking up a spot overall? Yes, but at the same time, he's still producing. He's come up with some clutch hits so far this season. 100% more clutch hits than Aaron Judge. And I think that's the biggest thing right there. More clutch hits than Aaron Judge. And this is a guy who never gets injured. With all the injuries the New York Yankees have had the past few seasons, you need a guy that stays healthy, and Brett Gardner is your guy. Now, final one, you got Giancarlo Stanton. Now, Giancarlo Stanton, the guy's finally coming around. He grows a mustache, bada bing, bada boom. Shades of Nestor Cortez, yes sir. And this guy's hitting absolute bombs into cornfields, balls out of stadiums. He's going just crazy. It's amazing what a mustache could do. You know, I would love to see Giancarlo Stanton. I don't think he's ever going to be the player that us Yankee fans expected, but I love to see him to start being a solid player and stop going golfing. But at the same time, we saw Wootney Odor going golfing the other day, and he was able to hit one out of Yankee Stadium, so I don't know, maybe that's what Giancarlo was trying to do all season, and he just hasn't been able to master it yet. But I'm telling you this right now, if Giancarlo Stanton quit his career, if he retired from baseball right now and went on the PGA Tour, he 100% would win a few championships and be invited to the Olympics. So that's all we got today on YanksPod, a New York Yankees podcast presented by Yankees Wheels. Go check them out on Instagram. And go check us out on Instagram too if you're a fan of the New York Sports Show. All info will be linked in the description down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you on Monday. I'm signing out. Peace.